I'll be reading an excerpt from my very first book, Nightmare of the Universe. It's about the spiritual, for the lack of a better term, journey of my alter ego, Spirit X, aka Time Portal Rican, Scribbles, Jack the Rabbit, Power Rican, and many others, and Stud Creep. He slips from the various mind realms of cosmic consciousness, which projects heavens, hells, and conglomerated realms accordingly to one's development, kind of like the Bardo realms. In this chapter, Legend of the KENISAURs, or the Second Coming of the Dinosaurs, Spirit X is loitering about the heavens, finding his way of ascension. His self-healing exploration paves the way for strange yet wonderful phenomena on Earth involving a ghostly dinosaur that empowers anyone who sees it. Okay. Starting inexplicably. Here, I forgot to mention his name is Tail. So, inexplicably, as Tail, my alter ego, departed from Ninada, he felt himself floating towards the heavens. He became as faint and distant as a star. He gazed down from the clouds on the beaches, cities, and recreational areas of many Earths. He thought, I look at all of you pleasant, anonymous folk, and how I wish to be intimate with you. I admit it, I was a fool. I used to think that I was better than you. I used to blame my loneliness on you, your bias against nonconformist, introverted, artistic souls, visionary souls. But I was really jealous of your effortless ability to laugh and have fun. Your ability to laugh and have fun. As I look at all these families and friends, I see many great personalities, each with their own worthwhile story to tell. But after so many years of trying to fit in and of being disappointed, I've concluded that I wasn't meant to mingle with interesting, cool people, have certain girls, or be part of something special. Although I figured that I'd get these things if I became a famous visionary artist writer. And my dream for fame, success, and love was not entirely selfish, per manifest your reality and follow your passion mantra as peddled by the cynical, profit-driven, newer age gurus. I really wanted to be one with you all. If a singer, athlete, or movie star can make that connection, why not me? I realized that I had to pay the price for my dream, make sacrifices, set goals, and do all that cliched but nevertheless true stuff that's necessary to succeed. By the way, I wrote this in about 2005 or so seems a little dated but relevant. But I seem to be weaker than most. Was I a failure because I was weak, or was I not made strong enough? I had the same confidence and determination that the winners had, but somehow I would always break while the winners persevered. So again, I wrote this in about 2005, and my perspective has evolved greatly since then. But I was still stuck in the self-blame paradigm. But who am I kidding? I know things aren't always what they seem. Friends come and go. Sons and daughters grow up. Sons and daughters grow up, go away to college, and have their own families and careers. Attractive women grow old and lose their looks, like guys. Many fun-loving buddies turn on each other, and many couples fall out of love. When getting to know someone, I always thought that the best part was the first 10 minutes or so. After that, they always made the same unimpressed, indifferent face. But how can one make the ultimate permanent connection and be at all places at all times? This was the question that always drove me, and this would set me on the path to my life's will and beyond. Tell sought to find the answer in a space of contemplation, recuperation, and transformation. So in the book, he's kind of shifting back and forth between these karmic battles, you know, historical. I'll upload them sometime. They're all chapters. Suddenly, then came the sightings of a mysterious, magnificent monster on Earth. According to witnesses, it resembles some exotic alligator, dragon, dinosaur hybrid. It has a neatly arranged set of ivory teeth and fangs. Its jutting kentrosaur-like back spikes are so sharp and curvy that they resemble gigantic teeth. Its colorful, intricate patterns of scales and crocodilian armor plates are aesthetically pleasing. Its angular skull, along with its square jaw, is well chiseled, and the women comment about its long, whipping, muscular, thick tail. Whoever sees this beast reports feeling happy and at peace. Though enormous and powerfully built, they all fall in love with its majestic presence. Some young women were shopping in a mall when they saw the monster at night. They said, we came out through the back exit towards the parking lot and saw the coolest thing moving around that hill. I mean, it was kind of huge and freaky, but he was also gorgeous. He was very well built. We were never scared. If anything, we never felt so we never felt so secure and happy. Another girl said, we just felt this great wave of love come from this being. I just didn't want it to leave. She giggled. If he were smaller, I'd take him home as a pet. There were many sightings. Most have taken place in scenic, suburban areas like malls and beaches, and in desolate industrial towns and ghettos. Although he has been seen in Tokyo, Puerto Rico, and other distant places. People have named this creature the KENISAUR, New England's own Loch Ness monster, not too far from Lake Champlain in Vermont, I believe. Or yeah. They claim that he's brought good luck to many places and people. For instance, there was an inexplicable business boom in a poverty stricken area after a sighting. Famine ravaged lands in Africa suddenly had crops and fruits growing all over from his giant footprints. Some even said they were cured of cancer, chronic pain, and other terminal illnesses after seeing the KENISAUR. There are rumors that the KENISAUR has saved the world on a few occasions. People say that he's fought off alien invaders and monstrous giants from other dimensions. Apocalyptic operations that conspiracy theorists say that were supported by the very government that denies the KENISAUR's existence and the existence of other beings, and which dismisses the eyewitness accounts as being mass hallucinations. However, if the accounts are true, then we have a real life Godzilla or Gamera patrolling the planet, defending it against fascism. The experts offered this theory and that explanation about the KENISAUR mystery. Psychologists speculate that this phenomena is but another version of the age-old religious experience, which traditionally involves the Virgin Mary, guardian angels, and most recently benevolent extraterrestrials. However, nobody realizes that an uh, alienated loner, well, he's not really alienated, but overlooked by an alienated society, used to venture through the very areas he used to venture through the very areas the creature was sighted for years before the mystery. He was an artist, writer, and classic monster movie buff that one would dismiss as having no life, though he desperately tried to make some connection with the oblivious masses. This coincidence is only vaguely picked up on by some of his closest friends and family members. I wish he was around. He'd go crazy knowing that a real Godzilla exists. It's weird how he just disappeared. But when we saw KENISAUR, we felt reassured about him. We really think that he's in a better place somewhere. Toys, movies, clothes, books, and other paraphernalia have been inspired by the KENISAUR phenomena. Kids and adults alike eagerly buy KENISAUR action figures. Gals have "I love KENISAUR" logos on their shorts, shirts and miniskirts and all that stuff, and other apparel. They say something about those shiny, colorful scales, armor plates, and that long, thick tail. I mean, they're so sensual. So people continue to flock to the isolated lakes, strip malls, beaches, uh, and other refugees of the forgotten loner, in the hope of catching a glimpse of the mighty Kenzen, to be blessed, the mighty KENISAUR. And as long as people want something to believe in, his legend will live on. The second coming of the dinosaurs. So I'm reading another chapter from that book where I ascend higher in the realm. So I meet the KENISAUR, my alter ego or kindred, however you want to look at it. So, what a world this is. This vast, boxy space that my elders call an apartment. These towering white surfaces that Ma calls walls make me feel protected somehow. But I can't figure out how it all fits together. I can't figure out how it all fits together. The living room, walls, bathroom, and the outside world. I hear all these noises from outside. People shouting and cars beeping. There's so much to this space that I don't know where to start. Every object in my house, the lamp, curtains, television, and chairs all look imposing and animated. But where is my family? I hear a familiar voice, one that is gruff, yet loving, like a cranky grandfather. Hey boy, what are you doing? It's that scary but awesome looking monster, KENISAUR. KENISAUR has starred in dozens of movies, a monstrous icon along the lines of Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, King Kong, Gamera, and of course, the king of the monsters, Godzilla. Usually in between movies, he'd reside in his cave-like apartment, 2 floors beneath us. Whenever my family went out on errands, he'd look after me. For the movies, he was his usual height of 200 feet plus, but he was human-sized when he was with me, though he's still a cross between a dragon, Polancathus, Dimetrodon, and crocodile. They went out again, huh? I assumed. They went out again, huh? Yeah, don't worry. We'll have a good time like always. Is there anything you want to do? Last time you said that you'd take me downstairs and show me all your memorabilia. Oh, right. We left the sunlit balcony and headed down the crumbling, dimly lit, early 20th century staircase. They led to a cavernous entrance by the basement door. Can you give me a piggyback ride? You know what happened last time, boy. You almost had to get stitches for the gash my spikes left on you. Oh yeah. As we walked down, each step seemed to freeze the moment, allowing time for small talk and reflection. I miss your I miss I know you miss your family, he said, but they have big plans for you. I miss them, but it's easier when I'm with you. We entered the cave. The first few yards of the circular path were shrouded in darkness. The faded train station signs and disassembled tracks indicated that this tunnel was once part of a long, defunct subway. At the tunnel's end, some floodlights hung over his open apartment door. The room inside looked infinite in its space. For such a desolate space, this great room had a certain esoteric style and glamour, like some Halloween theme park attraction. We stepped into his living room. His enormous movie prop collection caught my eye. There were several shelves lined up on the walls, filled with miniature tanks, buildings, and other props. My eyes popped and lips salivated as this perverse excitement took over me. It was a feeling that wouldn't be fully comprehended until years later when gorgeous women would bring it out on even more perverse levels. Well, not perverse, but higher sensual levels. Again, I wrote this when I was still in that kind of hive mentality, shaming. So, refer to my videos about sixth sensuality, not sixth sexuality. It's all spiritual. It's all a spiritual expression. As far as my eyes could see, there were numerous rooms dedicated to his memorabilia. I couldn't contain myself anymore. Please, please, can I have some of these things for my birthday? Come on, you can come down here and play anytime. If I give you something, you'll just break it, lose it, or not take care of it, he said with a look of slight annoyance and guilt. Just one thing, please. I promise I'll take real good care of it. Well, it's getting a little messy down here. I'll tell you what, I can lend you two or three small things, but you really have to be careful with them. Yes, yes. Okay, I'll find something for you later. But your family stressed it to me to feed you first thing. We hung around the kitchen, drinking cola and eating some leftover cheeseburgers and pizza. After several minutes of munching, slurping, and burping, I asked, how did you become famous? I don't know how to answer that. I just heard all these wishes. People wanted something special, something bigger in their lives. And next thing I know, I'm trampling through cities, fighting aliens and other giant monsters. I'm not like the other stars. I didn't work my way up in Hollywood or, you know, or anything. Just like I don't know why I live here under you. I live being here and being in the movies though. Oh, I almost forgot. Channel 74 is showing a marathon of your movies today. You done eating? Yeah. Okay, let's make some chocolate fraps and watch TV. We entered the movie theater sized entertainment room and watched the KENISAUR stomp buildings and take down monstrous predators. Take down monstrous predators on the big screen. As they showed one epic movie after the other, I bombarded him with questions, asking him if it hurt being hit by pyrotechnics, about bloopers, and all the behind the scenes gossip. Of course it stung being hit by explosive, because they weren't all special effects. They used real tanks and missiles, even though they may have looked fake. Most importantly, I asked him about Ninja Yamaguchi Rodriguez. At the time, she was Nancy Rodriguez, Kumi Rodriguez. So the beautiful Puerto Rican Asian actress who starred in many of these movies. Kenisor said, I tell you what, I'll tell you that you're her biggest fan. Well, next to me, actually. You're my biggest fan and you're also hers. and you'd like to meet her. You know why? Because she wants to meet you. She knows you already. So I get into this in my others videos about Ninja, the scary god, the goddess of my universe, the mother transport to the ultimate simulation. All right, thanks.